We're in Dubuque, Iowa this morning. There's an old riverboat. This shows how low the water is. And this wall is a dam. And when the water gets high, they can close the entrance to this catch basin so the town doesn't flood. Iowa's oldest city.
Currently, we're at the Port of Dubuque. This was envisioned by community leaders in the 1990s as America's River Project. After connecting Dubuque, he was a French fur trader and lead miner. And upon his arrival in 1785, he befriended the Meskwaki Native American tribe. And they settled along Catfish Creek tributary just on the southern edge of Dubuque. And then for the next 20 years, he mined lead together. In 1888, he signed a lead mining treaty called the Mines of Spain. And then later in 33, this area opened up for settlement under the Black Hawk Purchase Treaty. It was signed for $628,000, and it opened up 6 million acres west of the Mississippi. And the first settlers who came to this area were of German, Irish, and English descent. Upcoming will be the Dubuque County Courthouse. For 1891, French barge design with its central tower being 190 foot high. It was inspired by London's St. George Cathedral.
He was thrilled. He wanted to show off his artwork, and the original to this window was on display at that World's Fair. Now we know for a fact members of our congregation went to the World's Fair. I'm thinking they walked into the chapel and went, whoa! These are the windows we want in our new church building, and that's why we're blessed to have 110 throughout the church. Now when you're up close and personal, I want you to look for a couple of things. I want you to look for the crown of thorns on Jesus' head. You really can't see it from here. And also there's nail holes on his hands and feet. And also, we always do that one little lamb had its head down his rail.
A nice guy gave us a ride on his trolley.
Kind of nice, so they have the Greyhound buses kind of
That's the town clock.
Yeah, they do.
So this is more like an elevator even than a funicular. That is steep, and you probably have really nice views from up there. Okay, this is from the bus, and you can see the steep. They even call it an elevator, it's so steep.
And so we have France, we have England, we have Spain, we have France under Napoleon, and we have the United States. So that's the meaning of the 5 flags. We're headed back into the Port of Dubuque. Our next stop will be the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium that we will be dropping you off at, which has the paddle wheel in front. The paddle wheel that's outside of the museum is off of the William M. Black, which is also in the harbor. It's an Army Corps of Engineers dredge boat that was used up until about 1950. And so the wheel you see in front of the aquarium actually came off of the one side, and the other paddle wheel is still on the ship.
Here's Dubuque in the 1800s, and here it is in the 2000s. The belt-driven machine shop. Metal lathe. I'm familiar with wood lathe, but this one does the same thing with metal. This is a model of the Delta Queen. Big paddle boat. And there's a fireboat. Doesn't look like the one my dad captained in Alaska. That was a U.S. Navy fireboat. And here's an early kayak. This is a birch bark canoe, circa 1908. This is Julian Dubuque, the founder of this place. And what they've done is they've taken his skull and figured out what he looked like. Okay, here we are in a bayou. several sturgeon in this tank. You might think we have a snack for them, but we don't. That's an American alligator. They can grow to 16 feet long. Channel, we have a turtle. Oh, look at him go swimming off. Great big flood here in 1965. The river reached almost 27 feet compared to the normal of 7 to 12 feet. And they completed a flood wall in 1972, just before it flooded again. I think we're about to see it flood. 27 it flooded 27,000 square miles of land, water as high as a 3-story building. They have otters here. Those guys are swimming around getting their exercise. Obviously these are river otters. He's just going around in circles. Got a barn owl. Oh, he's hiding his head again. This is William M. Black. They use it for dredging, or they have in the past. I can see there's Viking passengers down there walking around on it. Ship says U.S. Coast Guard. I don't think it's an active Coast Guard ship. Retired. This museum has a tower that looks out over Dubuque, and this is the museum we're in. This church, they're refinishing the tower, or steeple maybe. Here is a pretty new hotel and casino complex. We're preparing to cast off and leave Dubuque, Iowa. Another bridge. I think there's a lot more bridges on the Mississippi than there are on the Rhine, the Main, and the Danube in Europe. Swinging it around, going down. He's rolling up some rope. Smart, I came outside. It seems to be retracting in the bow of the ship below our deck. A convention center. There's a building with the big yellow dome on top. Gold dome. Thanks to the zoom, I see that this is the Dubuque Star Brewing Company. This section of the bridge opened up 90 degrees so we can pass through, and anything else can pass through. And there's the train track. Another paddle wheel over there. Evidently, we can go under this bridge. I'll bet there's not much room to spare. The bridge is not making any adjustments. Nothing's lifting, turning, or doing anything. And I'll bet it's a close call. So here we go under this bridge. We're on deck 2, and there are 5 decks. Just up here a little bit further is another dam and lock system. There are 26 locks from St. Louis to St. Paul.